Hello, city elders in the Tulsa Metroplex and beyond. I want to give you an update as far as our Thursday evening meeting. It's happening this Thursday, which happens to be the National Day of Prayer, by the way, at 6:30 p.m. at God's Shining Light. And we will be hosting a video conference with none other than Mark Nuttall. Now, I have to tell you, I can't emphasize this enough. What an honor it is for him to take time to interact with us in terms of answering some strategic questions. You're not going to want to miss this event. This Thursday, May the 7th, 6:30 at God's Shining Light. Now, you must RSVP. We're not obviously at the hotel, but we will be serving food. It'll be finger food, pizza, drinks, something light, but we know it's at a critical time at 6:30, so we want you to be able to be there. But you must RSVP. Now, you have two ways to do that. The easiest way is just to respond to this text. Just send back your name and that you're sending an RSVP, and we'll register you. Now it's going to be a great meeting. Let me just tell you just a few things about Mark Nuttall. Mark Nuttall has been a counselor and an influence upon 5 different presidential administrations. Primarily in the area of global economics, but also geopolitics. He has helped several nations that were failed states, nations that dropped out of the Soviet Union, or failed states in Central and South America. And so he helps get these nations founded on a biblical foundation with a biblical worldview. And so just an incredibly gifted man. And I've been in many meetings with him, small group closed meetings, as well as large conferences. He is a gifted communicator and a wealth of information. Now, I'm going to share with you just a few of the questions that we've already compiled, so you'll know the kind of the tenor of the meeting. Also, let me just, before I read these questions that we're going to be posing to Mark Nuttall, let me let you know that I'm going to be sending a link, a second text. It will be a link to a Zoom conference call that we'll be hosting tomorrow night, Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. Okay? Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. I'm going to send you a link. You can click on it. You can participate with the Zoom conference call tomorrow night, Wednesday, because we've already got some great questions, but you'll have an opportunity to give a question. You say, I would like, if you got to sit down with Mark and ask him one question, what would that question be? Now, some other things. Mark managed a presidential campaign. He ran the National Republican Congressional Committee. He managed an association for small businesses on a national scale. And of course, he's an advisor to presidents and foreign national governments. So let me read to you just a couple of quick questions. For instance, Jim Stovall sent in this question. As a newspaper columnist and a radio commentator, I'm struggling with using the terms conservative and Republican. There was a time when they were synonymous, but now they're almost mutually exclusive. I'm curious how conservatives can keep the rhinos in the fold enough to have viable elections without giving away the soul of conservatism. David Leggett. Several city elders were on a conference call with the governor, and he stated in that conference call that on his watch, no pastor in Oklahoma would ever be put in jail for holding church services, regardless of what the circumstances were. But then our local mayor, Mayor Bynum, made statements about anyone holding gatherings larger than 10 that they would be arrested, no questions asked, and no warnings. And so we're going to be talking to Mark Nuttall about the legitimacy and the legality of these quarantines. So you're not going to want to miss this. Scott McEachin, This is a loaded question. Is Oklahoma on the right path? We're just opening up the door for Mark Nuttall to let us know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong with this administration, and there are several key issues. What about the tribal issue? Should this administration be going after the tribe to renegotiate these contracts, etc., and as well as other issues economically? What about education reform? What about the issues that are critical? And what about abortion? Just some key things. And there are other issues, obviously, with Oklahoma as well. I'm trying to be quick because we're already at 5 minutes. Dr. Howard Hatcher, where are we headed in terms of this mass identification and vaccine and chip issue in the hand? What does Mark know about that? Bruce DeLay says, in light of the recent events in Virginia, the pastor's arrests, again, what is the legality and the legitimacy of these almost dictatorial edicts and fiats that these mayors and governors have been, with executive order, almost dictating? What's the legal legitimacy of that, statutory or otherwise? Dr. Jim Burkett says, should we be concerned about the integrity of the November election in light of the Democrats pushing for mail-in ballots? And there are other questions. Now, here's the thing. Tomorrow evening, Wednesday at 9 o'clock. I know it's a little bit late, but, people are doing church online. Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Tomorrow or this evening, I'll probably send it out tomorrow. I'll send you a link to a Zoom conference. If you already use Zoom, if you don't use Zoom, when you get the link, you don't have to download the application. When you get the link on your phone, just click it, and or in your email, you can just click it, and it'll take you right to Zoom. Okay, you're welcome to join us in that conference, and you can submit a question, and we will compile as many of them as we can. Okay, now again, don't forget, Thursday night 6:30. You want to be at this conference call. It's a video conference call. We'll be seeing Mark on the screen, etc. We'll be interacting with him live. Okay, so keep that in mind. Also, Thursday at noon. From 12 to 1:30, the National Day of Prayer, Sharon Daugherty, Pastor Sharon, is hosting the International Day of Prayer online. And it will be at victory.com/National Day of Prayer. I'll be participating in that. There's a few of us they'll have a worship team, and several of us will be praying on site, but it will be live streamed. And you can pick it up at Victory's website, victory.com/National Day of Prayer. Okay, now a lot of information here, but join us Thursday. You're not going to want to miss this. Thursday at 6:30 p.m. at God's Shining Light. Just respond to this text and let us know that you'll be present, and that will be your RSVP. Just give us your name and say, I'll be there. And okay, God bless you. I'll those of you that are going to join us on the Zoom conference call tomorrow night, Wednesday evening at 9, I'll see you there. The others, those of you that are joining us by Zoom, you can also obviously join us Thursday on site at God's Shining Light. But I hope to see you at both places. Okay, God bless you. It's going to be exciting, and we're also going to have a breakthrough time of prayer Thursday evening. I believe it's going to make a change, a shift for city elders, for our state, for our nation. Blessings. Bye-bye.